Crucial day in Europe's debt crisis. EU leaders are meeting in Brussels for a second time in a month. They must agree on a plan to rescue Greece and stop contagion from spreading to Spain and Italy. Greece's Prime Minister is calling the summit a make-or-breaks moment. Let's look deeper into what's at stake with Elena Panaritis. She's an MP for Greece's Pasok party and a former World Bank economist. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Are you expecting any great breakthrough from this make-or-break summit, as the Prime Minister might put it?
At the minimum, I'm expecting at least a commitment to engage into the new package with Greece, with variables of lower interest rate possibly and longer maturities. It would help Greece get a breath and pick up on its growth ability, while at the same time being able to pay back its services of the debt and be able to continue the austerity measures.
But Greece surely needs more than just a breath. It needs decisive long-term action. Up to now, we haven't had that.
No, and that's not only Greece, that's the whole Eurozone. This summit comes up with two aspects. One would be the one that I just mentioned, and the other one, a commitment of solidarity to the euro. And that's, I think, where the markets are basically looking at. I think in this crisis, we learned that size doesn't matter, and even a small country like Greece, with a 2.7% GDP in the whole of Europe, is unfortunately capable of wagging the dog, if you wish. So I believe that what we see right now is not really the fact that such a small country is able to do it because it's so important as a country, but the fact that this country is able to create contagion simply because the system that manages the whole euro is not solid and strong, rather frail and weak to come up with a decisive decision. It has taken more than 18 months to actually come up to this meeting.
As you said, this is the tail wagging the dog. If you follow that logic to its conclusion, maybe it would be better if Greece were allowed to default.
Actually, this would be a kiss of death for the euro and the eurozone. That's precisely the issue. It's too small to fail. And it cannot. It is not an option. Yet at the same time, we haven't seen so far a long-term commitment, as you clearly mentioned earlier, in order to see a solution that would be a sustainable solution. So far, we see small little breaths, and we would need to, as a European, I'm speaking, we would need to see a long-term sustainable commitment at least, and that's what I'm expecting from tomorrow's meeting.
The austerity measures that have been implemented onto your country, how are they biting, and what do you feel about them? Again, there is a duality in this statement. The austerity measures are measures that have been, they have a merit and they need to be there. However, there seemed to be a concentration or focus just in the austerity measures and not very much in growth measures or in restructuring measures, assuming that this crisis is simply an overheating crisis, a liquidity crisis, versus a crisis of solvency. And we are noticing that it is indeed a solvency crisis that has a serious contagion to other countries, establishing solvency crisis in other countries as well in the Eurozone. So looking at it only from the side of Greece, yes, we've done so much, and so much more, as a matter of fact, than any other European Union country has in terms of austerity measures, yet we still don't see a positive tip from the markets. And I believe that's because we have not really focused in the actual diagnosis of the problem, which is pretty much a solvency versus a liquidity crisis. Okay, Elena Panaritis, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much indeed for coming on to Bloomberg and giving us your view of what's happening on this important day today.
Thank you very much.